Hey, how's it going? Ray Reese, Reese's Masterpieces here at CKO South Philly. I've been all over the place. So that's why if you see me in a yellow and black environment and I say CKO and look off, I'm trying to look for the logo. Happy to have these opportunities. Just here cleaning up after a very successful first night, Friday Night Fight Club. I would have gotten footage, but since it was the first class, I wanted to try to monitor things as best as I could without, fiddling with the camera. Some of the stuff that we were doing was, a bit more high intensity and, got to keep an eye on things, which reminds me, when we talk about, group fitness and getting in shape and health and wellness, we also have to we want to make certain that we are mindful of our safety. So, you may wonder, how do I be a safe student? How do I practice safety in a group setting or even in any setting, really? So safety, for our purposes, stands for show up regularly and on time. Can't stress that enough. If you want to be safe and, not risk injury or anything, you've got to show up regularly. Let your body get used to these workouts, get used to these movements. If you stop and go and come back and try to jumpstart, you run the risk of, if not injuring yourself physically, run the risk, if you have any sort of undetected heart issues, of making things worse. Same goes for if you show up late, then, you're trying to jump in after maybe we've already warmed up. You're, scooting in and out of, excuse me. You run the risk of not only injuring you, but injuring another member. Ask questions, ask for clarification, ask for modifications. If you're unsure of something, don't just get started and punching and kicking all willy-nilly. If there's something that you're uncertain of, ask before the exercise starts. And definitely ask before you get injured. And if you're uncomfortable with doing something, you don't have to do it, but you should ask for a modification. Okay, so the instructors can still give you a workout that's in line with whatever we're trying to learn, and keep you going. Follow instructions. Follow the instructor's lead. Focus on what your instructor is saying or doing. I can't stress this enough that, whenever there is somebody who has to ask questions in the middle of a workout instead of before, it's somebody who wasn't paying attention and they don't know what we're doing, and so because they were talking or they were whatever, maybe you might be chatting with your friend, but your friend who shows up regularly already knows what to do. So you can't be chatting while the instructor is trying to show you what's going on, because you're not going to know what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it correctly, or even why you're supposed to do it. So you're just going to be throwing your arms, legs, or weights, you know, depending on what kind of class you're taking, just, you know, doing whatever, right? Environmental awareness means you have to be aware of your environment. You have to be aware of your surroundings. Now, I'm in an environment that has a lot of moving parts, right? There's these bags, right? And these bags have a tendency to move, right? And you're gonna have bags moving and moving and moving and moving, right? And you have to be aware. There's gonna be fists going and kicks going, right? And maybe sometimes you've got legs swinging, right? And you have to be aware of what's going on around you. Yeah, so whether that's somebody else's fist or foot coming in your direction or your fist and foot going in their direction, you want to be aware of your environment. Take your time. I can't stress this enough. I see so many people who want to go hardcore, go Rambo, and just jump into something and give it like 190%, and they're pooped, you know, after like the first 12 minutes of class, and then they're, you know, off balance, out of breath, unsteady, and injuries happen there. Again, whether it's, you know, injuring a limb, you know, some sort of bone or joint injury, or muscle, or again, you know, you don't want to activate any sort of heart issues, right? That you may or may not have. So yeah, take your time, you know, especially when you don't even want to just be like, even if you don't just, going all out and going all hard without knowing what you're doing, because that, you know, you have a power without focus. That's just a recipe for disaster, all right? Regardless. And final thing, you are the most important element to all of this. You have to take care of yourself. That doesn't mean necessarily be selfish and not mindful of everybody else around you. It just means that, hey, you're here for you. You have to make sure you're getting out of this what you came for, and that you're doing so in a manner consistent with your goals and consistent with your abilities, okay? So the why could be know your abilities, but at the end of the day, you gotta take care of you. And if you're not comfortable, if you're not unsure, don't push yourself into, you know, the danger zone just because you have, you know, incredible music pumping and you got people, woo, and instructors, yeah, let's go, let's do it. You know, you still have to take care of you no matter what, all right? So hopefully we can all practice safety, have a good time, perhaps see some of you guys out at Friday Night Fight Club at CKO South Philly. Either way, I support you on your fitness journey. I look forward to hearing more of your stories, whether it's in, you know, Messenger or what have you. And we are, as of today, 41 or 39, 41 subscribers away from our goal, and got about 5 more days. So hopefully you guys can spread the word and make it happen. But otherwise, have a great weekend, practice safety, Ray Reese, Reese's Masterpieces. Thank you and goodbye. See ya.